Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Good morning, guys. Welcome to the session of Lambdas part 1. So before getting started, does anyone know me or attended any of my previous classes? I repeat, does anyone have attended any of my previous classes? Yeah, okay, I see one response. Yeah. So those who do not know me, I'll first give my little bit of introduction and then we'll get into a workshop. So my name is Karthik. I'm going to facilitate the session on Java 8 Lambdas part 1. And there is a part 2 that is planned in the next week too. So I've been working from past 14 years in the IT industry. Currently, I'm working as a technical architect in one of the MNC. And coming to the teaching, I've been working with Ashok IT from past 3 years. My way of expertise of teaching in core Java, advanced Java, Java new features, which is 8, 9, 11, design patterns, data structures, collections, threads. My preferable will be more on the core Java part because I feel the basics are important. So that's a brief introduction about myself. And today I'm going to explain from Java 8, there is a new concept has called as lambdas has been introduced, right? Now we are going to look at what is a lambda, how to write a lambda. Okay. So now let's get into the details. Before getting, can someone confirm if you're able to see my screen clearly?
Yeah, we can. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. So, so with the lambdas is something which is already there in the other programming languages like Python. It's already there. But in Java, the lambda is introduced from Java 8 onwards. Okay. From Java 8 onwards, lambda has been introduced. What is a lambda? It's a simplification of writing the code. Okay. So what is the advantages of lambda that we are going to see in the part 2? Because first we need to know how to write a lambda, right? So before going, let me write one statement. Lambda corresponds to an interface, specifically abstract method present in that interface. So we will look at this one later. So, but this is, or if someone is asking you what is a lambda, lambda corresponds to an interface, specifically abstract method present in an interface. And what is the advantage of lambda? Simplification of code, and enable functional programming, and another one is replacement of anonymous inner classes. Okay, so we will see all this through the practical approach as well, but I'm just explaining what is a lambda. Now, let's go into the free workshop. Now, I am just creating a new project. Select Java project and click on next. Java Lambdas. I'm using Java 1.8 runtime environment. Okay, and click on next. Finish. So you can see that the workshop has been, the Java Lambdas free workshop have been created. Okay. Now in this one, let me create one package. com.ashokit.lambda. Now, let me take one example. You guys tell me how to implement that without Java 8. Now, first, let us take, there is an interface. Before Java 8, can someone tell me what does the interface will contain?
Only abstract methods.
Only abstract methods. Okay. Now, from Java 8, it can contain non-abstract methods also, which is a separate topic. Okay. But now let me write public void M1. Can I say I have written one abstract method in the interface?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, in order to use this interface, what do you do generally?
Implementation.
You can create a class and implement that interface, and you can
Override.
body of that method you can write in
Yeah.
class.
So first we are going to create a class. I am creating a class called example. Now, since interface implements just the interface. See, whenever I ask a question, I request you guys to please unmute yourself and speak. After that, please mute yourself. Okay, so that there will not be a disturbance for others. Now I'm just creating test interface. Okay. Now, since test interface is having one abstract method, I need to override add unimplemented methods, and then let me write some method. M1 method of example class. Now, if I want to call this M1 method, then I need to create a main method. First, create a object of this example class. Example E equal to new example. Now, E dot M1. So now if I run the program, the M1 method of this example class overridden method will be executed. I'm getting an output, right? So can I say till now before Java 8, this is how we execute a program. When we have an interface, one abstract, I'm talking about one abstract method for now. I'll come to the multiple abstract method little later. Lambda corresponds to only one abstract method. I'll first complete that. We'll come to what happens if more abstract methods are there, what will happen, that we will see later. But if you have an interface which has one method, and if you want to use it, can I say, is this the one? This is how you write the code?
Yes.
Does everyone agree with me? Response from others?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
So if you're not able to speak, you can put your response in the chat, guys. I'll look at the chat too. And those who are watching in YouTube, you can also use comment section and you can comment it. Now let's look at, see, this is a general Java way, which everyone knows. Now, what is the change happened from Java 8, which we are going to study now? Now, let's create, for example, if I want to create string S equal to Karthik. Now, can someone tell me what is S?
S is a string literal.
Yeah. So generally it's a this first, I mean, without data type. So what S is a variable and the data type of that variable is string. So string is a class in Java, so we can call it as an object. And what does this S is storing? Karthik, right? Now, whenever we mention the data type, say for example, if I say, why am I getting a compilation error?
Only string allow the quotations only variable as well.
So that means
It is an integer, it's not allowed.
Yeah. So what does the compiler will understand whenever you say data type? See, the compiler is giving the error or compilation
Yes.
error. The reason for that is
Need to
because
double
inside
check.
inside a compiler, it is mentioned that whenever you are using a string data type, that anything that you want a string should be enclosed within the double quotations. Now, since you are not mentioning that, you are getting a compilation error, right? Now, if I put a enclosed in a double quotation, I don't get error. So in this example, S is a variable of type string and it is holding a value 10. Is that the meaning? Let me write here. S is a variable of type string and it is holding 10 as value. Agree? Does everyone agree with me this statement?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, similarly, now what is a lambda? Let's write a lambda. So what I mentioned that lambda corresponds to an interface, right? Yeah. Whoever is not speaking, please go on mute. Yeah. So see, I have mentioned that lambda corresponds to an interface, specifically abstract method present in an interface. That means, so here it's a variable. Whenever you are declaring a variable, you have to use a data type. Okay. Similarly, whenever you are writing a lambda, can you write a lambda for a class? No. Can you write a lambda for a enum? No. You can write a lambda for a interface only. So now, in this example, in this project, what is the interface name? Test interface. So similarly, I want to write a lambda expression for an interface. So you can write a lambda expression only for an interface. Now, in a project, in your project, how many interfaces can be there? In your real-time
Maybe
project?
more than one interface.
Yeah. So there can be n number of interfaces present. But whenever you are writing, how does the compiler know that you are writing a lambda? So you need to give, see, how does the, if I remove this one, how does the compiler know that S is a string object? It doesn't know. In order to tell that S is a string type variable, you are using a data type. Similarly, so I want to write a lambda expression. The lambda expression name is T. Now, for which interface I am writing a lambda expression? You need to give the interface name. So currently we have an interface called test interface. Now let me take a different class. Now let me take one more class called example1. Okay. Now in this example class, let me write a main method. See, I have not implemented any of the abstract method, guys, any of the interface. Okay. Now what I'm doing, I want to write a lambda expression. I don't want to use a general create a class, implement a interface, override abstract method. I don't want to use. Lambda is a simplification of whatever you have done. Now I want to use. So similarly, string s equal to Karthik. Okay. So what I'm doing, I want to create a lambda expression for a interface. Now I need to tell for which interface I'm doing. See, test interface and T. Now, see here what is Karthik? Karthik is nothing but a value, right? So whenever you're writing a lambda expression, see here, whenever you are in this class, whenever you are implementing this test interface, what are you doing? Can I say you are overriding the abstract method?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That means you are telling, see, in this test interface, no, if I am asking you what is the functionality of this M1 method, can anyone tell me by looking at this test interface?
No, sir. It is abstract.
No, we do not know because it does not have a body of the method. Now, but whenever you look at an example class, can now you tell me what is the abstract, what is the implementation of this M1 method? Some
Yes,
system.out.println, or let me do some int a equal to 10 plus 20. That means I'm performing the addition and then I'm writing one system.out statement. This is my functionality, correct? Now, similarly, with the lambdas also, lambda is corresponds to an interface. Whenever you are saying that when a corresponding an interface, whatever you are writing a logic, this logic you can write directly in the lambda. See, copy this method. That means you are writing a implementation for, see, in the interface, you have, this is the abstract method. Copy this and put it here. So that means you wanted to write an abstract implementation for this lambda. So in order to write a lambda, what you do? Go to the interface, just copy the signature of the abstract method and then paste it here. Done. Now, so now here inside this, you don't need to put a semicolon. Okay, remove the semicolon. Now, so here in the, whenever you are writing a example class, what is the implementation you have written? Addition of two numbers and one system.out.println, correct? Let me copy
Yes.
this. This is my implementation. Using a lambda also, you are going to write an implementation for abstract method. That is what I have mentioned. Lambda corresponds to an interface, specifically abstract method present in the interface. Now what is my implementation? This is my implementation, correct? Done. So now the question is, now here, can I say that what is a T? If I say what is a S, it's a string type of a variable. Now similarly, what is a T? T is nothing but a lambda expression of which interface? Test interface. That means compiler already knows that this developer Karthik is writing a lambda expression for a test interface, correct? So since it already knows, you don't need to specify the method name, return type, and access modifier. You don't need to mention all of this because you're already mentioning here. See, you're telling whenever you're mentioning test interface T, that means what compiler will do? See here, whenever you say S equal to Karthik, you are getting a compilation error, right? You're getting a compilation error because you are not telling the compiler that what type of data type is correct. S. But if I am mentioning string, then the compilation error is gone. The reason for that is compiler already knows that you are writing a string variable, so it already knows what is that, how much memory should be allocated, etc. Similarly, your lambda expression is T. For which interface you are writing a lambda expression? This interface. That means compiler now it's knowing that this Karthik is trying to write a lambda expression for this test interface. Now, that means compiler will go to this interface. And what is the abstract method present in this interface? This one. So that means, can I say you are writing, the compiler is thinking that you are writing a implementation for this method only. So you don't need to mention specifically. So you can remove the access modifier, you can remove the method name, you can remove the method name and return type. Done. Now, but still I'm getting a compilation error. So whenever you're writing a lambda expression, these are nothing but parameters. And this open bracket or curly bracket, whatever you're writing within the curly bracket is called as implementation. Within the parameters and implementation, you need to write one arrow mark. Now, this itself is nothing but your lambda expression. So here, every statement in, see, if you look at this variable, if I remove the semicolon, will I get a compilation error? Why?
Because statement.
Every statement must end with semicolon.
That is a Java, correct? Similarly, here this also, this is one statement, correct? This one lambda expression, every statement should end with semicolon, done. So that means now, whenever you are implementing a class, see, example class implemented test interface, and you have overridden the method and written the logic. Now, can I say, I have done the same thing without implements keyword using a lambda expression for test interface, I have written a lambda expression. Okay, and I have mentioned the similar logic. Done. Now, after that, how did you call this method? In order to call this method, what have you done? See, once you override the method, immediately will it execute, or do you need to call specifically?
Sir, we have to call.
Yeah. Unless until you call the method will not be executed, right? So in order to call that method, you created this object and then call the method. Now, can I say using a lambda, I have implemented my abstract method, but now I need to call this abstract method, right? So in order to call the abstract method, you don't need to create an object. So use this lambda expression T, just put comma. So you can see the abstract method M1. So whenever you say T dot M1, from this line, the logic will go inside this line number 9. Okay? So this is nothing but how to write a lambda. I'll repeat just, yeah, whoever is not speaking, please go on mute. Now let me execute and see what happens. Debugger's Java application. Okay. Now, see here, I have line number 8. I have just declared the lambda. Now, if I click on F6, see, I am trying, see what is, I am going to step over. That means F6. That means it's a line by line execution. So am I going inside the expression, lambda expression? Did the control go inside the lambda expression line 9 or line 13 it went? Line 13. That means lambda expression will be called whenever you specifically call. See, when this M1 method will be called? Whenever from line number 14 only. Similarly, here you have mentioned the lambda expression. It does not mean that it will be called directly, correct? Someone should call. See, whenever you say M1, so what is this? Whatever the logic you have written, can I say this is the implementation of M1 method only?
Yes, sir.
So now whenever you call this M1 method, the control goes inside this one. Now let's debug. See, is it going now? See, and it is executing. That means it is executing lambda expression. Now, can I say, going forward, whenever you want, you have an interface with one abstract method, you don't need to implement an interface, right, like this, and you just create an interface and then call like this, correct? So this is a simplification of, calling the method. Now, what are the advantages? I will tell you the advantages later. The lambda will allow the functional programming. What is a functional programming? We'll come to that later. But any questions, anyone so far?
Sir, an interface having
I'll
more
come
than
to that
two-
more than one abstract method, as I mentioned. I'll come to
Yes.
that. But whatever I have explained
Yes, sir.
so far, any questions?
Yeah,
No,
after
sir.
test interface, you are calling M1 method. That one, why you are calling M1 method?
So here, if you look at here, you have created now. Just go to the normal Java implementation. You are example class implementing test interface, and you are overriding the M1 method. Will it be called directly?
No.
When the M1 method will be called?
If you
From
look
line
at object, then you
specifically,
call-
correct? Yeah.
Yes.
From line number 14 only, this M1 method will be called, correct?
Yes.
That means if you are overriding the method, it does not mean that it will be called automatically. Someone should call the method out specifically, then only it will call, correct?
Yes.
So now similarly, even if you are writing here, what does it mean? Say writing, this is a lambda expression. Whenever you are writing a lambda expression, what does it mean? You are providing the, the implementation for that abstract method present in that interface, correct?
Yes.
So that means it is as simple as that. Without writing a implements keyword, you are writing a implementation. But will it be called automatically?
No.
No, someone should call it explicitly, right? So that is
Yes.
what, in order to call this, on top of this lambda expression, you call the abstract method. Then only the lambda, inside the lambda code will be executed. If you don't do this, see if you, for example, if it is a non-Java 8, if you do not call a.m1, will your m1 method gets executed?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. Same thing happens here. See, your lambda is just a simplification of writing a code. So here you are using a lambda, you are providing the implementation. You have provided. But when that implementation will be called? Whenever someone calls that m1 abstract method. So this is the reason I am calling t.m1. Then only your abstract method will be called. Hope you understood.
Yeah. Yes.
Sir, sir, can you explain again line number 8?
Yeah. So just give me a minute. Abdul Karim, someone has kept some message. Who is that? Abdul Rahim, Raneem. What is this message?
Sir, what if M1 is having a return type?
Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Someone kept a message. Abdul Rahim. What is this message? Guys, don't click on anything of this. Guys, don't, there is a message in the chat, right? So please don't click on that message. Okay? Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Sir, what if M1 is having other than void return type, like
Yeah,
integer or string?
Yeah, I will come to that. I'll come to that.
Okay.
See, I'm asking the questions that I have explained so far. We will write some example lambda expression so that you will understand better. Now let's write some more lambda expressions. Now let me take one more test interface 2, correct? Test interface 2. Now in this test interface, as you have mentioned, let us take one abstract method, public int m2. So does the name of the abstract method matters whenever you are writing a lambda expression? No, because you are not mentioning, correct? Now, can I say this is test interface 2 is also having one abstract method? Now, shall we write a lambda expression for this?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Now, so in order to write a lambda expression, I need to tell for which interface I'm writing, correct? I'm writing test interface 2 and T2. So now, and what is the meaning? You are writing an implementation for this abstract method, correct? Copy this entire method. Okay, copy. Okay, and put it here. And what you need to put? Open bracket, open curly bracket, close curly bracket, and ends with a semicolon. Done. Now, since already you are telling compiler that, hey, compiler, I am writing a lambda expression for test interface 2. Do you need to mention the method name, return type, and all this? Not required. Remove all of this. Okay. Now, do you need to tell the compiler that I'm passing a string type of data? Not required, because it will look at the signature of this abstract method and it will understand. Okay. Remove this. Now, between the implementation and the parameters you need to write a. So let's take S1 here because S is already there. Okay. Now, what you need to write? Implementation. So I am writing int I equal to 10 something. But if you look at, why am I getting a compilation error? See, add return statement. See, this method must return a result of type int. Why am I getting this compilation error? Why? Because what the compiler is doing, T2 is a lambda expression. It is going to this interface, and in this interface, it is looking at this abstract method. And what this abstract method is returning? Int. That is the reason it is showing you the compilation error. Can I say write return statement return I? So can I say now so now it is returning I, right? This
Yes, sir.
lambda expression will return I. Now I have written an implementation. Now how to call this lambda expression? T2 dot, what is the abstract method name? M2, and let me pass hi, and what it will return? Int, correct? Int j equal to, and can I print j? Sys out j. Now let's run this. Let's execute this program. See, it is first one executed, done. Now I'm coming to the second. See, look at here. It did not, from this line number, can I say it will go to line number 17 inside this method? Yes. Whatever you are passing string hi, look at here, hi. And then what it, I value, and what it is doing? Return. And it will print, correct? Done. The one who asked the question, does it clarified now?
Yes, sir. But if we have a two method in that interface,
I'll come
like
to that. As I mentioned, I'll come to that one by one. But
Yes,
there is a
okay.
person who asked about the return type of int.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Now,
clarified.
yeah. So instead of writing these 2 lines of code, can I club this into 1 line? Return 10 like this, correct? Yeah. For example, whenever you're writing a if statement, you will generally if else block, we will write like this, correct? But if I see here, if the condition is true, I want to execute this. Okay. If the condition is false, I want to execute something else. Okay. Now, can I simplify this code? How can I simplify this code? If it is a one-liner, I don't need to put this curly bracket. Am I right? Can I say like this also we can write? If it is only one line of statement.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So similarly, in your lambda expression, see in this lambda expression, how many lines of code you have written in the implementation? How many lines of code you have written in the implementation? Only one line. So this is not needed, correct? So can I get rid of this curly bracket? Yes. This one is done. So you don't need to write a return statement also because there is only one line. And if you say that means return, that means compiler will understand that you are returning 10. So this is a simplified lambda expression. You can write in another way by putting a curly bracket or flower bracket, or you can also write like this. This will come only when your implementation is only one line. If there is one implementation is only one line, you don't need to write this curly bracket. If it is more than line, you need to write. If it is a single line, you don't need to write. Hope you get it, guys.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So in line number 21, and sir, जो semicolon है, इसका semicolon.
That shouldn't be a problem. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So now the next question is, someone is asking about what happens if there are more than one what you call lambda, more than one abstract method. Yeah. So as I mentioned, lambda corresponds to an interface, specifically abstract method present in the interface, correct? So that means if I am, so now let's go to here, and can I write more than one abstract method in an interface?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now let me see. If you look at here, this interface, if I add one more abstract method, will I get any compilation error in the interface?
No, sir.
Oh, no.
No. But wherever you have written a lambda expression, let's see here. So here you are getting a compilation error. Can someone try to understand why?
Because it's not a functional interface sir, now.
It
It's
is not. No.
normal interface. That's why we cannot perform the lambda expression on the normal interface. Sir.
My question is why? Why you cannot perform?
Because lambda expression is an anonymous function, so they doesn't have a name and all the methods of name. So compiler do not understand which method
No.
need to implement from that interface. So I think because of that reason.
So
Now
can
we
I
have
say that is nothing but
two methods are in the same interface. That's why its compiler is getting confused here. So
yeah. So that means there is an ambiguity, correct? See,
Yes.
whenever you are
yes.
writing a lambda expression, you are mentioning the interface name only, correct? So, but in this interface, two methods are there. Compiler is having an ambiguity whether you are writing a lambda expression for this method or for this method. It does not know, right? So the problem, whenever you're having more than one abstract method, for that interface, you cannot write a lambda expression. That is the reason whenever you're writing a lambda expression, see, in your project, whenever you're writing a lambda expression, that interface should have only one abstract method. Okay. Now, for example, assume that,
Hello, sir.
just give me a
Sir?
minute, just a minute, just wait for a minute. Let me complete and then you can ask a question. Okay. Now, can someone volunteer your names? I need two people name,
Ramesh.
Ramesh and one more. One more person, please name. I just need name.
Varun.
Oh, yeah, Ramesh, Varun, and myself, Karthik. We three are working in. Yeah, I assume that. Let us take Ramesh, Karthik, and Varun. I assume that we three are working in a same company, same project. Okay. Now, so first, Karthik, I know the Java Lambda 8 expressions I have written, right? So I have written a test interface too, and I have written a M2 method, and I have written a interface a Lambda expression like this. Okay. Now, Varun does not know that Varun does not know that for this one in my project, I am using a Lambda expression. He just simply came and added one more method. When Varun is adding one more method, can I say it will give the compilation error immediately here?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, as a developer, what Karthik should say? Since I am using it as a lambda expression, I should not allow Varun to write one more abstract method. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Generally, in an interface, we can write more than one abstract method. Varun did not do anything wrong because it interface, he can write more than one abstract method. But whenever the Karthik is writing a lambda expression, he should make sure that Ramesh, Varun should not be able to write more than one abstract method in the interface, correct? So that means whenever you're writing a lambda expression, we write a lambda expression for an interface. That interface should allow only one abstract method. So what is the way to do? So there is an annotation. Whichever the interface you are writing a lambda expression, that interface you need to annotate with functional interface. You need to annotate the interface with function interface. For example, Karthik, just a minute, let me complete. Let us take that Karthik has annotated the interface with the function interface. That means whenever the interface is annotated with the function interface, only one abstract method can be allowed. Now, whenever this Varun or Ramesh is adding one more abstract method, are they getting a compilation error in the interface itself?
yes, sir.
So that means, can I say by writing the function interface annotation, Karthik is not allowing Ramesh and Varun to write more than one abstract method. That means they cannot spoil my implementation. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So that means whenever you have more than one abstract method in an interface, what happens? For an interface which has more than one abstract method, you cannot write a lambda expression. Okay. Now you can write a lambda expression for an interface which has only one abstract method, and you should not allow anyone to write more than one abstract method. Then you can annotate that interface with functional interface. So whenever you are annotating the interface with the function interface, what will happen is it will allow only one abstract method. If anybody is trying to write more than one abstract method, you will get, see, without this in annotation, am I able to write more than one abstract method? Yes. Do you see any error in the interface?
No.
No, but where do you see the error? In the lambda expression, correct? Now, let me remove this interface, remove this, save it. Now, let me add function interface annotation and then try to add one more abstract method. Okay. If I am trying to write one more abstract method, where am I getting a compilation error? First itself in the interface, correct? So that means whoever is writing there, they should make sure that it is not allowing them to write one more abstract method. This is the one you need to take care. The one who asked the question, does it clarified now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Any questions so far?
In real time, where we will use this one?
Wherever you have an interface, you can use it. Now,
Hello, sir.
yeah, go ahead.
Sir, actually my doubt is clear by the functional interface that doesn't have an interface creating more than one interface, one method, abstract method. Am I right?
I could not hear you clearly. There is a disturbance from your end.
Sir, actually, functional interface doesn't allow to create more than one abstract method in interface.
Yes, you can write only one abstract method. Yes.
Yes, sir. So someone says that before they said that while we are writing more than one abstract method in interface, it will get ambiguity. Suppose in interface two abstract method having different parameters.
Then also you cannot. Then also you cannot write. See here. Can I say the first method is having one parameter and the second method is having no parameters?
Yes,
but
sir.
still you are getting ambiguity. It doesn't
Yes, sir.
matter. Whatever the combinations you do, it will not allow more than one abstract method.
Yeah. Sir, this is my doubt.
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Sir.
Now the question is, if I am going to write, so in my project, what I need to do every time whenever I have to use this lambdas, I need to create a new interface, correct? So can I say in my project, number of interfaces are becoming more? This is a disadvantage. You for every implementation, you need to write one interface. That is a disadvantage, right?
Yes, sir.
But let us take whenever you are writing a interface. So interface will write for every one abstract method, you will write one interface. Let us see how many combinations you can write. For example, you are writing a M1 method. Let us take one parameter. You will take one parameter and you will return another parameter. This is one combination, correct? You will take one, you don't take a parameter, but return something, correct? You return Boolean and take parameter, right? You don't return anything, but take parameter, correct? Can I say these are the combinations you will get? And you don't take anything and don't return anything. Can you write any other combinations apart from this? If you are parameters only one parameter, that means your method is taking only one parameter. Can you write more than these combinations?
No.
No, correct. So that means if it is a single parameter, I have to write these many combinations. If it is a multiple parameters, then again multiple things you need to write, right? So that means the problem with the lambda expression is you need to create n number of interfaces. The Java creators also thought the same thing, and then what they have done is they have in order to solve this problem, they have created one package, java.util.function. They have created java.util.function. Under this java.util.function, they have created some functional interfaces. One is called as predicate, supplier, consumer, and function. So they have created there are many, but those are high levelly segregated into 4 types. They have created 4 types of interfaces. Now let me show you quickly. So Control Shift T, predicate. See, what is the package in which it is have? Java.util.function. This package is introduced from Java 8 onwards. Now in this one, can I say, is it a functional interface?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is that? Yeah.
Test.
The method name is test, and what it is taking? It is taking one parameter and returning Boolean, correct?
Yeah.
Now, in your project, whenever you have a similar functionality that so whenever you're writing a lambda expression, does the method name matters?
No, sir.
No. So that means this method name, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. So that means if your requirement is taking one parameter and returning a Boolean, do you need to create an interface newly,
No, sir.
or can you use this one?
Sir, we have to use this.
Yeah. So what I see, this predicate is allowing generic T. That means you can pass string, employee, integer, anything. The same thing, whatever you are passing here, that will be taken as an object. Similarly, now let's hear. Now, if you look at here, if you look at this method, what this method is taking one parameter and it is returning Boolean. Can I say this? If this is my implementation, I have to use predicate. Correct?
Predicate, yes, sir. Yeah.
Now, similarly, let's go to and see supplier. See, supplier is also functional interface. If you look at here, it has one method called get and it is returning some object. What object it is returning? Whatever the generics you are passing, that object it is returning. It is not taking any parameter. Now, if you look at this method, does this method taking any parameter?
No, sir.
And it is returning some object. Y is nothing but some object. So whenever you want to use this kind of functionality, you don't need to create a new interface. Can I say you can go with a supplier?
Yes, sir.
Does everyone agree with me?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, similarly, let's go and look at consumer. So if you look at in the consumer, so there is a method acceptor. Method name doesn't matter in the writing a lambda because you don't mention the method name. And it is taking one parameter and returning void. Now see, look at here. It is taking one parameter and returning void. If this is a method, can I use a consumer?
Yes.
sir.
Yeah. Now let us take function. If you look at function, how many arguments it is? This one, it is taking two generics. So that means first one is the input. First one is T. What is a T? It's an input. It's a parameter. And what is R? Return type. So that means you are passing one object and you are getting some other object. Correct? Now, if you look at here, you are passing one object and you are getting some other object. Can I replace this with a function?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now let's look at one more. How to create a thread object, guys?
Sir, by extending thread or implementing a runnable.
See, runnable is also a functional interface. Look at here. What does the runnable is having? Run method. Does the run method is taking anything? No. Is it returning anything? No. That means if my functionality is not taking anything, not returning anything, can I use runnable?
Yes, sir.
So that means, do I need to create any of the new interfaces now in my project? Earlier, we thought whenever you are writing a lambda expression corresponds to an interface, and specifically you can have one abstract method. That means in your project, you might have to create multiple interfaces. But with the introduction of java.util.function package, they have introduced this many. So with the introduction of all of this, you don't need to create a new interface. Can I say the problem that we thought is overcome?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, and if you have multiple parameters, then you have some more things called by predicate. If you look at here, by predicate. See, by predicate is also a functional interface. What is the difference? See, by predicate is taking two arguments. But for example, if you want three arguments, then the second argument, you can pass it as an array list or array object, something like that. Similarly, you have if you see predicate is taking only one argument. If you want two arguments, then you can go for by predicate. Consumer is taking one argument. If you you can go for by consumer. Similarly, by function is there. No. Now, by supplier, is it right? Can I use a by supplier? What is supplier?
It returns something.
Does the supplier takes any argument?
No,
No,
sir.
No.
So is it possible to have a by supplier?
No,
sir.
sir.
So that means generally in the interview, they may ask you, write a code for by supplier. You say that, sir, supplier does not take any argument. So there is no possibility of by supplier. What's the difference between a predicate and by predicate? The by name is coming based on the number of parameters, correct?
Yeah.
So supplier does not take any parameter. Is there a way to have the by supplier? No,
No.
supplier is possible, but by supplier is not possible. So this is about how to write a lambda expression. And now what is the advantage of lambda expression? It will enable the functional programming. And it is a replacement of anonymous in a class and simplification of code. These things we are going to see in the next week session. So next Saturday also we have a lambda session, free workshop. That is a part 2. In that we are going to look at it. And coming to this, just an announcement. So I am going to start from the April 3rd, from the coming Wednesday, like which is nothing but April 3rd onwards. I'm going to start Java 8, 9, 11 features. So in this one, these are the things that we are going to learn. So first we are going to look at what is the default methods, what is a static method, why they are introduced in Java 8, lambda expression, functional interface, predefined functional interfaces, method reference, and we have a stream API. In the stream API, we have intermediate operation, terminal operation, short circuit operation. And in that stream, we have filter method, map method, sorted method. All these methods, we are going to write everything with a program. In the class today, whatever I have explained, that I have explained through the program approach, right? Same thing I'll be doing for all these methods. Then post that we are going to look at optional class, date changes, collection API improvements, string joiner. And while discussing this one, I'm going to explain the program with the Java 8 and without Java 8. For example, I want to sort a array list. How can I sort without Java 8? How can I sort with the Java 8? So we are going to see the programs with Java 8 and without Java 8. And I'm going to explain some of the concepts like core Java concept, like what is the difference between a comparator and comparable, because this will be used in sorted method. See, in the intermediate operation, you have sorted method. This sorted method takes comparable object or comparator object. Then in order to know that, I need to know what is the difference between a comparator and comparable. So that's a core Java topic, but I'm going to explain that. And post that, we are going to start with Java 9. In Java 9, we have JShell, try with resource, factory methods, what are the interface changes happen in Java 9, stream API enhancement, process API improvement, what is Java platform module system, and diamond operator changes. All these things we are going to see with the live examples in the class. Now, post that, we'll get started with the Java 11 features. Like, why do we go for Java 11? What are the string enhancement has been made? Collection enhancement, file enhancement, local variable declaration, predicate interface changes, HTTP client, nested basis access. So all of this we are going to see with a complete practical sessions. And this entire Java 8, 9, 11 will take 30 days. Sorry, 30 to 40 days. I mean, I would say that between 30 to 40 days. And the class timing is every day morning, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And the class starts with 3rd April 2024 onwards. And the fee for this is 4,000 rupees, including the recordings will be given for 6 months. And I have prepared the notes for each. See, whatever I am drawing on the one note is a virtual session, right? See, if it is a live session, I would have written in the blackboard. But it's a virtual session, I am writing in a OneNote. Apart from that, I have prepared a notes, which is a question and answer session, like how the question will be asked in the interview, etc. like that. That notes will be shared with you, all of you. So the demo classes for this course will be started on April 3rd, which is nothing but a coming Wednesday. If anybody is interested, you can join the demo classes and you can listen the demo classes for free. Demo classes will be there for 4 to 5 days. You can listen those classes for free. And if you think that it is helpful and benefit for you, then you can enroll for the live classes. Does anyone has any questions?
You will share the link for that?
Yeah, all of you guys will be receiving an email. Let me quickly share that. Just give me a minute. I'll be sharing the poster with you all. If you guys are part of Java, any of the Ashok IT WhatsApp groups, you will be already receiving that. See, are you guys able to see my the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
a poster. You can take a screenshot. See, Java 8, 9, 11. So 3rd April, 9:30 a.m. IST. And this is a Zoom link. You join this by putting the password, and we'll be having the demo classes. And if you are, after attending the demo classes, if you think that this will be benefit for you, then you can enroll for the course.
Sir, hello, sir.
Yeah.
So suppose we are joining to this course without recording video, then this is the course.
No, so same fees, same.
So
So recordings we are trying to provide for the extra amount, because see, why we are providing the recordings by putting our money. The reason is, if it is a normal Java, anywhere you can get it. But Java 8 onwards, the entire programming is changed. Whenever I'm explaining, it looks good.
Yes,
But
sir.
after, see, if I'm explaining today, you may not go for interview tomorrow, right? Or may not be after month. You may go for the interview after 6 months. But at that time, you should know, like you should able to recollect it. So that's the reason we are giving the access for 6 months. It will be difficult to recollect it. Again, see, if that recordings is not there, you might have to join another session of mine, which is a waste of money, right? And time also. So we want to avoid that, and we are giving that for free.
Sir, please make some concession for us.
Now that admin will take care of all of those.
Sir, what is the admin number?
You will get it. Just
Okay,
go to the Ashok IT Tech website. You will be able to
sir.
see that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So does anyone has any questions on this so far? Any questions
How-
on the course content, etc.?
How many experience you have?
14 years.
So you're Karthik Kadan.
No. Why is that needed? You can ask the questions related to the session, right? May I know your name?
Sir, can you show me the content, sir, which you are providing to one PPT or Word or PDF?
Yeah, this is a OneNote document.
Like a notes you are sharing, which one you are sharing?
So notes, I haven't shown anything. I will show you that. I mean, like, see, this is just a introduction I am giving in the demo class, right? So once you join the demo class, you will understand further.
Yeah, these are the topics, right?
These are the topics, yes, course content, you can say.
Yeah, the PPT which you are sharing, that is which is like a diagrammatically representation, anything, or
the notes I'll be preparing, not that one. Let me try if I get it. Let me see if I can share that, show that. Yeah, so this is one note that I have prepared. This is not copied from somewhere, guys. I have written on my own. If you look at this note, see, interface changes. What is the advantage of having default methods? These explanation. What is the advantage of having static method? Explanation, lambda expression. Like that, there will be some questions too. See, write a lambda to count how many employees are present whose name starts with K. This is the answer. Right? Min method. See, write a lambda to print employee who is having minimum salary. These are lambda expression, and this answer. So like this. So we are going to discuss all of this in the class, but I have prepared a notes by putting all of this so that even after 1 year also you'll be able to easily recollect it.
The total class number 30.
What is class number 30?
Yeah, like I'm asking, sir, how many days this course actually?
Okay, duration is between 30 to 40 days for entire Java 8, 9, 11.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning, sir. Actually, for the core Java, I just
Your voice is
want to
breaking.
take your now is it?
Yeah,
Now
it is
it's okay.
fine. Yeah.
Suppose your batch is starting from suppose 3rd April at 9:30 to 10:30, right?
Yeah, yes.
But suppose because of my current working time, I'm not able to join that live class. So there is an option to take the recording backup session, right?
Yes, yes. You'll be
So
given by default. Yeah.
no,
If you
no.
enroll for
Suppose
the
I
course, you can get the backup videos.
suppose also I'm interested in your data structure and algorithm, but your batch will start I think in the mid of May, right?
Yes, yes. Next batch.
Suppose just ignore for the Java 8, 9, 11. Suppose we will discuss about the DSA algorithm. But why I said ignore, DSA algorithm will start in the May, right? And suppose I just want to take today only. So that whatever the session admin team, suppose this May of mid, your batch will start for the DSA. Suppose it's a 10th batch, right? Suppose just take an example. So they will share us the recording for the suppose 8th or 9th batch, right? Latest one.
Okay.
So means how much days validity for that means
So if it is a DSA, if you're taking DSA, we have currently the advanced data structures I teach morning 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay. So from the day that you have enrolled for the course, you will have the access up to 1 year.
Okay.
So
but
1
suppose
year.
I don't have.
Yeah.
Suppose I don't want to join the live session today only. Suppose I need to complete up to the May your DS algorithm with the help of your recording session, whatever you taken in the previous batch, right?
Okay. Okay.
So how much validity will be there? Suppose I taken today only. Suppose on 1st April I taken the your any recording backup session, whatever the batches you have taken previously.
Yeah. So that is what I'm telling. From the day you take, will give you 1 year. So currently currently the data structure is going on, correct? So already 30 classes of collections is completed. So all the completed classes you will get access, and every day the new video will be uploaded. If you are enrolling for the current batch, if you are enrolling for the previous batch already all the sessions like collections and DSA is completed. All the videos will be there in the portal. Like 100 videos will be there closely. All those 100 videos access will be given. You can watch all those 100 access videos every day. 100 also you can watch like up to 1 year.
And what is the fees for that previous sessions?
So it is for recordings, complete recordings of data structures and collections, it would be 10,000, and you will have access up to 1 year. And in the collections and data structures, these are the things that we are going to discuss.
Okay, and we for that we need to connect for the admin team, right?
Yes.
But we just
or if you are interested, you put your numbers in the chat. I will let admin know. You will get a call. You don't need to call them. You will get a call from the Ashok IT, and you can ask your questions. And if you are interested, you can enroll.
My request is whatever the latest batch, they should give me the recorded backup session.
Yes, that is also they'll one person at a time, please. The one who asking a question, yes, you will get a latest batch only, because the old videos will not be even possible. Like once there, see, for every video, we cannot, the data is nothing but everyday class will be around 2 GB, 3 GB. To keep that data, we need more memory. So it will not be possible. You will be given with a latest batch.
Okay, and hello, may I speak?
Yeah, go ahead. Sudarshan, Sundaraya, can you go on mute?
I say this class is over, right? Completed this class?
Yes. For today, the session is completed. And the next upcoming session on this one, on advantages of Lambda, will be continued by next Saturday, same timing, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Karthik sir. Suppose I take suppose I taken any previous batch recording session today only in 10,000, whatever it will be, means any previous batch, and then on the basis of that, can I join your live batch, which will be starting in the mid of May? Is it
Yes.
possible?
Only live classes they'll give you the access if you are not joined anytime. Only live classes. Latest recordings you will not get. You just talk to the
Okay,
admin, you will
okay.
get all these details. Okay.
Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
One time
I just
recording
want to
chance,
take
one
your.
time live. One time live, one
Okay.
time recording, you'll get it. But just talk to the
Okay.
admin.
Okay, so suppose I plan taking your three courses: core Java, multi-threading, and suppose DS algorithm. So if I taken today all those three classes or all those three courses, whenever your batch will start, then I can join live also, but they will not share me the backup session, right?
Yes,
But I can
yes.
join live.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
You need
Thank
to
you.
remind them. You need to remind them because there will be n number
Okay.
of students they don't remember, correct? But if you look at my
Okay.
recording sessions, it will be as good as if you continue listening to the classes, it will be, proactive. You don't need to join the live classes too. But if in case if you want, you can join.
Okay, okay.
Have you
No, no,
attended any of my previous batches or
no,
any
no,
of my
actually.
previous classes or something?
No, no. Actually, before 1 or 2 weeks, there was one session by you. That is the linked list. Means we can say user-defined or custom linked list implementation.
Yeah.
Free
Yes.
workshop.
Yes.
So in this session, I was there. So I realized that whatever the things, and also you shared me, means someone shared from admin team regarding the demo video of the multi-threading. So, what is thread and what is the parallel execution? We people just reading somewhere and writing the program, but what actually happen on the level of debug level, you shown this is the main method, this is the current thread, this is the child thread. What do you mean by actually parallel execution? All those
Yes.
things I just realize on the ground level. That's why
Yes.
I plan today just taking your core Java multi-threading and also DS algorithm, which is very important while working in the company,
Yes.
real time.
Yes. So that is the reason I see nowadays every tutor you can say that they prefer Spring Boot and microservices. Spring Boot and microservices are important. I'm not saying that. But before going that,
Yes.
understanding the core Java basics is important. That's the reason I prefer more teaching on the Java, basics by in a practical approach. So this is the linked list one that I'm talking. And any of you guys wanted to look at any of my previous data structures or anything, see, these are my all the data structure, demo classes. Even if you are joining for my courses or not, you just listen this, you'll get some knowledge.
Yeah, even though means I'm not so best coder, but whatever the requirement came in the company, that time we have to page the data from somewhere and send to data uh, fetch the data from somewhere, process that data, and as per the business requirement, we have to send that response. Some from somewhere we taking the request and processing them and response. But when you taught like collection or trade, that time we will get a proper idea. Whenever the requirement in front of our screen, then automatically we can think where means which collection I need to use or where I need to use the multi-threading. Those things get cleared, I think, because of your sessions, at least basic level. So that's why I want to take your all the courses.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Because
If
never I seen that debug level and all.
yeah, that is what I prefer more of practical explanation rather than just teaching theory. So not only this,
Yeah.
any of my courses you take, I'm not saying for the sake of joining you people. If you look at this multi-threading, the fee is around 2,000 or 2,500. But I have taken for that, it's around 30 days. If you split that 2,500 amount for 30 days, it is just 50 rupees, like which is equal to one, what you call chat per day, correct? But you are getting a good knowledge, right? So the reason for I'm telling that is in my initial career, I also struggled like you guys, and I understood no one is there to teach 15 years back to me. Okay. So
Exactly.
I struggled it so much and I understood, and the same thing I wanted to teach, like, and at the same time I cannot do it for freely also, and I cannot keep much fees also. By considering all this one, I am doing that.
Yes, yes. Today's session also, I realized that many times we written the lambda expression, but why we taking that as a interface name and then the reference variable, like you explained with the help of the string example
Yes.
you given. It is also very important. Means many time we return. No, don't worry. We have to take that syntax. First at all, interface name reference variable is equal to something blah 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 blah. But why? That things get cleared by your lecture only, and why there is means functional interface, or we just know there is a four interfaces like functional interface, consumer, blah blah, but why? So those things
Yes.
get realized because of your session only. That is
Yes. Yes.
important.
Yeah. My sessions are more on why and what and how. If you any of your guys are interested, you just put your name, mobile number, and email ID in the chat only to me. Then you will get a call from the Ashok IT. Yeah.
So how can we get your contact? What will you
Sorry,
share your contact?
I cannot hear you clearly. Can you come again?
You have shared your contact number to share our details.
Yeah, just share your email, mobile number, and name in the chat. In this Zoom chat, only to me. You will get a call
Okay.
from the Ashok IT.
Okay,
If you are
okay, sir.
interested, yeah. Whoever is
Yeah.
interested, do that, please. So if you want to watch any of my sessions, you go to Ashok IT YouTube channel, click on live section. These are the multi-threading classes that I taught already. And these are the data structures I have taught. So just look at those. And if you are interested, you can reach out to admin. Yeah. Any questions?
Hello, Karthik. Ankush here.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Yesterday I was registered this meeting. Okay, and I got the mail like from today to next week 8th April, till 8th April. We have session 9:30 to 10:30, like
Not,
1 hour. Mhm.
No, it is not 1 week. It is just today and next week.
Next week, same
Next
day.
Saturday, 9:30 a.m. There is a part 2 session in which we are going to look at advantages of functional programming or advantages of Lambda.
Yeah, makes sense. But I got confused because of this mail. Okay.
Yeah, maybe they have mistaken.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Karthik sir,
One more adjacent one question. May I know your running batches related to DSA and
Yeah,
multi-threading?
currently morning 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. I'm teaching data structures and algorithms. Advanced data structures and algorithms. We just completed the collections, and it's been 15 days that we completed the 15 classes are completed in the advanced data structures and algorithms. And this course will be completed by end of April or first week of May.
Okay. Okay. Can I get this link so I will
Yeah,
plan to accordingly?
so what you can do is first you go to the Ashok IT channel.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
You first of all, you don't join for my classes. First, look at this link. I mean, these are the advanced data structure demo classes.
Okay.
After looking at it, if you find that it is useful, you can enroll for the course. And if you want to get a call from the Ashok IT, just put your name, email number, email ID, and then mobile number in the chat only to me.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Karthik sir, actually, what type of courses you have taken? First core Java, then multi-threading, then Java 8, 9, 11 feature is the third, and fourth is the DSA algorithm. Except this, any
Design
other
patterns
course?
also I take.
Design patterns.
Yes.
So DSA algorithm and design pattern both are different courses.
Yes, yes. If it is the
So what
same,
is
I
the
should have given the
fees?
same name, right?
Okay, so design pattern, what is the fees for the design pattern?
It is not recent. I mean, it's been more than 6 to 7 months. I think around 5,000 something.
Okay. Design pattern means what type of content is there that
So there are, in order to write a program, there are some patterns you need to follow. Okay. And so that your production issues will be less. So those are like structural design pattern, behavioral design pattern, and microservices design patterns are there.
So five type of courses you have taken totally. Core Java, multi-threading, Java 8, 9, 11, DS algorithm, and design pattern, right?
Yes, yes.
Only total 5, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I will plan this. Right?
Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you.
Any more questions?
And
for
hi, sir.
the core Java also there is, because I connected with the admin team, but they send me for the multi-threading and rest of, but they don't send me the core Java.
I think they do not have it. I think it's been a long time that I have completed the core Java.
Okay. So is it any possibility?
Yeah, I'll ask them if there is a videos, they'll reach out to you. If not, you can wait for next batch.
When there is any possibility for the core Java?
So I have only 2 slots. I cannot I cannot speak more than 2 hours continuously. So I can't, I can't tell you now at this point of time. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
But thanks for your interest.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So there was a person who is asking a question. Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir, Sagar here.
Yeah.
Any design pattern batch going on or recently start or?
No, it is not going on currently, but I think around 6 to 7 months back, I have completed one design patterns batch.
Okay.
You can inquire with admin if they have a recording sessions, and you can enroll for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. If anybody is interested, guys, you can put your name, mobile number, and email ID in the chat so that admin can reach out to you. And it does not mean that whenever they are reaching out to you, it does not mean that you need to enroll. You can get your questions answered in that meeting, in that call. And then if you are interested, you can only enroll it. Okay. Yeah. If you're getting a call, it does not mean that you need to join. Yeah, I have not taught Spring Boot as of now because there are so many tutors are available in the market for Spring Boot. I see there should be some specialty to Karthik, right? So that's the reason I go for this one, all the basics with a practical programming. Okay. So I hope that's all the questions for today. Any more questions? So if no question, that's all for today, guys. Thank you all. It was very nice talking to you all. And next week, 9:30, next Saturday, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., there will be one more session on the Lambdas. And from next Wednesday, which is April 3rd, Java 8, 9, 11 demo classes are going on. You are free to enroll and then listen to the demo classes. And if you make up your mind to join, you can. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day.